Good morning everybody, welcome to this episode of Slop, and Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 is finally out and I already beat it. The game. Pause. No, but since I already finished the entire game, I feel like I am qualified, so pretentious, to tell you if you should go and buy it and play it. Yes. Yes, you should. If you like the first game, obviously go buy it and go play it, it's absolutely amazing. But this video is mostly for the people who are still a bit on the fence, if they maybe should buy it or not. And I assume you're the title. If you haven't played the first game, I definitely don't recommend you play it. Simple as that. Now, not yet, obviously. Go buy the first game and go play that one. And then come back to this, just because you get a much better experience. I have a video already made about Kingdom Come Deliverance 1. It's up here, go play it. But in short, if you haven't played Kingdom Come Deliverance 1, you won't understand, that's so pretentious, but you won't be able to appreciate the story Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 tells. A lot of it is reliant on the fact that you understand Henry's quests in the first game and how it happened. A lot of the things rely on that. And you will be very much spoiled to the first game if you choose to play the second one. I will keep this spoiler free since the game is like, 3 weeks old right now. So, without further ado, let's get into the video. The second game picks up where the first one left off. You are trying to overthrow Sigismund, so Sir Radzig and Sir Hanush told you, yo, go to some other lords and let's form an alliance against Sigismund. So you do that. But as you can guess, things don't go according to plan, as it happens. The game runs and plays beautifully. I played on the release with no major game-breaking bugs, so I expect that it'll be the same for you. But let's get into the main thing, which was a big topic in the first game, which is the combat. The combat got a major rework. It's a lot simpler now, with the jank all gone. So, is that good? Yeah, pretty good. Although the difficulty in the first game came from the fact that the combat was kind of janky and unreliable, and that's removed in this game. Now, the simplification of combat is both good and bad.
You're getting a thrashing. Attack! Come and help
Because
us!
look here, you only have 4 directions instead of the 5 before.
Mercy! Leave me be!
Brother, get up and fight. I have to prove a point here. But since a lot of the jank is gone, you can one-tap the vast majority of enemies. Since the story is very grounded and Henry in the cutscenes is like, a normal knight fighting against one other dude, it makes like zero sense that when you're in the gameplay as him, you just become a superhuman taking down everybody with one strike. Which is what happens. Even high-level enemies, if you're on the same level as them or even way below them, if you just are smart with the perks you pick, Henry becomes a one-man army, taking down entire fortresses by himself. Which, yes, minor spoiler, but that is something you will do in the game. There are a lot more of those fortress battles of you defending and attacking them, so that's always very fun. So I won't sit here and bitch about, they should rework the combat, because I already bitched about that in the last video, and they did. Maybe it's also from my perspective, since I already became quite good at the Kingdom-style combat, so it just felt too easy for me. That might just be my own thing. Alright, actually, let's Google it. Let me Google it. Kingdom Come to too easy combat. Is this game too easy? Oh, yep. It's okay, so it's not just me who thinks that. And because the combat is so easy, there is a clear preference towards swords. They're the only weapon that can perform a Master Strike, which is essentially an insta-kill button. In the first game, you did it by just spamming block, but here you actually have to match the direction of your opponent's attack and attack as well. So if you fuck up, they hit you. If you don't fuck up, you basically insta-kill them. But that's so stupid that only swords can use it. Like, the other weapons, like axes or maces, aren't good enough to not let them have this ability. So, if just, I guess, slight spoiler here, if you want to make the absolute best character, just put all of your perks into one-handed swords with nothing in the offhand. You can, as soon as you get one attack, you can combo and stun lock everybody, and just, it's stupidly easy. Which does break that kind of real immersion of being a knight that the game does so well otherwise. Because yes, this game is quite incredibly immersive, but that does mean that it is a bit of a slow burn. Is that a romance term? Maybe, but it's true here. There will be some times where you're just forced to trail behind on your horse, behind some guy and just hear him talk and talk to him. Which is honestly pretty good, but if you're used to that like super high intensity combat everywhere, like Call of Duty matches, that might feel a bit boring for you. It did that for me as well sometimes. But I do appreciate it for what it is. It's kind of nice that developers are so confident in the story that you're just willing to sit there and talk and listen to the guy's responses. Which is true, they're honestly very entertaining. And even though there is no way to port your save files or your answers from the first game to the second game, because of the way Henry interacts and the way you're able to respond to questions, you're still able to build from your experience of the first game, which is always good. And in this story, you will have a lot more say on what happens in the world. Your choices in the story do make changes to the world, which is always great. Feeling like you're in control of that is good. Now, the map. When I first started the game, I was a bit worried that the entire first region was it. Thankfully, I was mistaken. There are two main regions in the game, Trotsky and Gutenberg. In the first video I made about Kingdom, I said I hope there's a big city, and my wish came true. Gutenberg is a huge city that isn't just, packed with nothing like most video games are, like, yeah, here's a huge city. There's nothing here. Gutenberg actually has a lot to do. A lot of quests are happening there. The city feels alive. You can hear people have like silly little chats, and even though a lot of the dialogue is repeated, so you hear the same things in every city, it's still better than nothing. There are some new mechanics, some got reworked, but overall it's damn good. Everything other than the combat feels really amazing, which sucks to say. The combat is not bad by any means, it's okay. The game is very much heavily carried, in my opinion, by everything other than the combat. The stealth got a major improvement, and some of the stealth sections are my favorite in the game because of just how much better they are. Once again, the stealth is a bit too easy once you get to a higher level. The game overall becomes way too easy the more you play, which in my opinion is a very bad thing, but since the story is that good, you still want to play further. Alchemy got a big upgrade, because now you can forge bullets, because, small spoiler, there are guns in the game now. Which makes sense, the game is still like 1400s, so about when muskets came around, I think. Don't quote me. So you'll have the option to choose a crossbow, bow, or a blicky. So if you find the sword fighting mechanic too hard for some reason, you can just load up the musket and let that shit splay. And by splay, I mean shoot one shot and reload. It's a musket, not a fucking Draco. I can't believe I unironically said Draco. Along with alchemy getting a bit of a upgrade, there is also smithing, which is honestly a bit fun. It awakens some like primal male urge to go bang iron. I punch metal with my hands, who wants to with that guy? No, but it's true. It's damn good. The smithing mechanic is essentially how you get the best weapons, and it fits the character because Henry comes as a blacksmith. Why am I so yellow? It was all yellow. No, okay, I'll stay yellow. Where was I? Either way, Henry doesn't start out as a complete buffoon like in the first game. Now he actually knows how to read and already has a mutt in the game, which is good. I like the dog. But all of the characters feel amazing, they feel grounded, everything is just honestly peak. There are tons of small quality of life improvements, like you being able to just follow a path instead of just pressing WSAD on your horse, or instantly talk to a merchant to see his wares, instead of going through a huge dialogue of like, how's the family going? How's the weather? Good? How's the daughter? Good? Let me see your inventory. You can now just quickly press a button and open a trading inventory, which is good. When guards talk to you in the game, you can respond, which is always fun. You feel like you're in game. That sounds so parasocial and metaversal. But it's true, it's fun. And overall, there aren't a lot of bad things I can say about the game. The story was very funny, and sometimes so funny that I was actually laughing even though the situation was supposed to be serious, which is a rare thing to say. It's so rare that a game makes you laugh this much that you feel, whoa, this is too funny. That has never happened before, but it did now. The characters, I can't talk about them, but they're all great. There are so many twists and turns in the story, and the only bad thing about the story is the first opening sequence. I get why they did that. They want to drop you in the heat of battle just to, like, you know, get you to enjoy the game. But if you have like more than one brain cell, because of how the game begins, you can already see the ending, which is kind of bad in my opinion. It's still a very fun story, but you know. And at the end of the game, there is a big teaser that there is more to come. I don't know if that's DLCs or Kingdom Come 3, whatever it is. I am very much hyped for it because I love this game. And if I was going to rate it, my top 3 would be probably like Skyrim at number 1 with mods, The Witcher 3. This Kingdom Come 2 definitely has a place in my top 10. I would put it somewhere around the level of Red Dead Redemption 2. Phenomenal game. Absolute peak. But either way, I'll make a full video about Kingdom 2, just going straight into the game, deep dive. But for now, that will do. Hopefully you'll make the right decision, aka play the first game and the second game then. But for now, I will see you later, alligator. So I love you all. Good night, sleep well, or have a good day. Major spoiler incoming. On my first playthrough, here already, I predicted in the first 5 seconds of the game how it will end. That's why I'm saying that the beginning is bad. Oh, is that Hans? Is that Henry? Okay. It is Hans. Oh my god, please tell me Henry will come out from outside and save them all.